Hello, sunshine. I am Gracie Gardner, and this is Gracie's Tarot Garden. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining me here today. I am so excited that you all could be here. I have a really fun reading for you guys. I don't know about you all, but November just about kicked my butt. Well, 2020 kicked my butt, but November I found was quite challenging in a lot of ways. So I've really been focusing my tarot lately on positive stuff that's gonna lift me up. So I really wanted to do the same for you guys too. I really wanted to do a little spread that would help you see some of your good qualities. So today's reading is all about what do people like about you. So this is what makes you unique and special and wonderful. And there's Josie saying hi. My kitty, sorry, she's a little demanding. So, yeah, this is just all about what makes you wonderful and special and what people like about you. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so here are our 4 piles today. For pile number 1, we have the Queen of Cups with the green apple candy. We have for pile 2, the Knight of Swords with the lemon candy. Pile 3, we have the Empress with the cola candy. And pile 4, we have the, it's the cherry candy with the 6 of Cups. And I just drew 1 card from my Gummy Bear Tarot to help you pick your pile, because I'm going to draw the tarot today as we go. So give you another minute to pick your pile, and if you do need more time, just feel free to pause the video and we'll get right into it. Hello, beautiful and sunny people who picked pile number 1 and the Queen of Cups with the green apple soda candy. So I'm just using my Sicoli deck today. I love my Sicoli tarot deck. It's absolutely one of my favorites for intuitive reading. So I wanted to pull on camera today because I just really wanted to get a very authentic and very real reading for you guys. Not that my readings aren't real and authentic, but I think there's sometimes a bit of magic that happens here when you pull cards. So, I have to say, with that Queen of Cups there, right away getting that you guys, especially with the green candy too, that you guys are a very warm and loving person. You might not be the most expressive person, but green is also the color of the heart chakra. So, and in this tarot here, the Gummy Bear Queen is green as well. So, very, very loving and very warm, very nurturing energy from you guys. And I think that people are really drawn to you. So I'm really liking these cards. Sorry, here, I'm just going to adjust this a little bit better. Here we go, so you guys, there, get a better view. But I will hold the cards up as I'm talking as well. Spirit, is there any other messages for pile 1? And what do people like about them? Thank you very much. Yeah, okay, we'll put that over there. Okay, so we'll get started just with my initial thoughts. We have the Ace of Cups, which really confirms to me what I was saying before. Like, we have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. So I honestly could not think of a nicer energy for you guys. I think that people feel very well cared for to know you is to feel very well cared for. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust my camera. I'm feeling like it's off here a little bit, but, silly. Okay. So, yes, they feel like you, with this Two of Cups here, that you really know and understand them, and they feel like they can really relate to you as a person because they see themselves in you for a lot of people. So you might actually have a family here with this Ace of Cups. I'm really picking up on mothering or fathering vibes. So if you are a parent, I am getting that you guys are quite wonderful parents. Very, very loving energy here from this first pile. You might identify as a twin, so this could be a twin flame, or you might actually have a twin, brother or sister. And so if you do identify as that, just know that the person, one of the people who loves you the most is actually your twin. I don't know if you needed to hear that or not. But, of course, if this isn't resonating, just disregard it. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But with your twin, they really feel like they have found their match with you. And they really feel that you are loving and accepting of them. It's a very lovely, beautiful energy. So we have here the Five of Pentacles, which I am not seeing this as a bad card. Like, I know it's for a lot of people, it's about being like left out in the cold or not being in a lack mentality. But for me, this is showing me that you are actually quite able to be open and vulnerable with people, which is not as easy as it may seem. So you really, and it's even to your detriment sometimes, unfortunately, but you feel like, I get a very authentic vibe from this card here. So I don't know if you can see, but like the bird is literally plucking into her chest. So I feel like you give so much of yourself sometimes that it's actually a sacrifice. It's actually to your detriment. So you might do a lot of volunteer work, or you just might be extra caring and giving with the people around you. And it does leave you, to the point where you need, I'm getting a message from Spirit that you do need to take some self-care for yourself. So if you're really feeling overextended, I'm hearing book a salon appointment, which I know is easier said than done in this day and age. We're not always able to get to the salon, but even just doing some self-care at home, taking care of your skin, taking care of your hair, will help you to feel like you have more to give to other people. I don't know why Spirit really wants that message to come through there, but they feel like you've extended yourself so much to the point that it's time to start giving back to yourself. But people really like this about you, that you are really giving to the point where it's almost self-sacrificing. So we also have the Emperor, and this card's really interesting to me because out of this whole Sakoli deck, there is only one card which I believe has a male, has a boy, and it's the Emperor. So you could actually be male, or you could really have a nice balance of masculine and feminine energy, which is great. We all really, every one of us, whether we're male or female, needs to balance out our masculine and feminine energy. So I'm hearing, for some reason, I'm getting that some of you might be craftspeople, like sewing. You might be good at creating things, arts and crafts. And people really enjoy what you make. They really enjoy the things that you produce. But I think this also has an air of, I want to say don't fuck with me. I apologize for my swearing. But even though you are a very loving and giving and kind person, you do have your boundaries. You are a leader. So you know how to, sorry, I'm having a hard time getting my thought together here. So you know how to plan, you know how to direct, you're very good at making things happen. And people like that, because when they're with you, not only do they feel loved, but they also feel secure, because they feel like they know they have confidence in your abilities and your abilities to take care of them. So we have the Nine of Wands here, which is a very interesting card, which tells me that you have a lot of admirers. You have a lot of people that watch you very carefully. I don't know if you can see the lizard is like the same color as the wall there. So you have a lot of admirers who watch you very carefully what you're doing. And I think you also have people who look out for you and are protective of you. So they try to be, I'm not getting like super creepy vibes. Like, I know this is a little weird of a card, but I think they do try to do it in an unobtrusive way, so they're not like all over you or in your face or being overly demanding. But they love you so much and they care about you so much that they're watching you to see what you're doing, because they're so interested, but they're also protective too, and they just want to make sure that nothing bad happens to you. So you can take comfort in knowing that you have lots of protective energy around you. So this could be a partner I'm getting, or it could also be, for some of you, possibly family or friends. I'm also hearing with this card too that you have a pretty laid-back attitude when it comes to the chaos that surrounds all of us, because of course in the world there's always things that are trying to take our attention, or threatening our balance or our focus, and you really have a good handle on being able to concentrate and focus on the things that are important, and also not letting the stuff that's unimportant get to you, which is very cool. And people really like that about you. They really like that you can just let the bullshit go. Alright, so then we have this lovely Eight of Cups card here. So with this card, I am really getting the energy that you do hold people very close. Very much the same kind of energy that I got with this Ace of Cups card here. So I really think that you protect what is special to you. You hold close what you love. You nurture that which is important to you, which is a really lovely energy. I do think that sometimes you might have a harder time letting go. You might be a tad... The word possessive is coming to mind, but I don't know if that's quite accurate. So maybe you just have a difficult time letting go and walking away from that doesn't serve you anymore. But I do see that you like to hold on to the things that are really important to you. And that makes the people around you feel cared about. It makes them feel secure in their relationship with you. And it's not like you're just going to just leave them at any moment or disappear on them. They really do feel like you treasure them and cherish them, hold them close. So next card we have is this Knight of Wands. So I'm getting that you were a little bit of fun. You know, you might be loving, you might be caring, you might not be the most overly expressive. I don't think your love language is with words. I think you express your love in other ways, but I think one of the things that people really like about you is that you just know how to kick back and relax, and it's like you know how to have an adventure. So you are my kind of person because I love a good adventure. I think you're like, okay, I'm on a journey, or something might happen and you're like, I'm not quite sure how this is going to play out, but I'm going to roll with it and I'm going to have some fun. And, you know, you hop on that pig and you're like, all right, let's ride this sucker. So I'm also hearing you're good in bed. Okay, so sorry, I didn't intend for it to go this way. So if you do have a partner and you are sexually active, I'm hearing that you are a lot of fun in the sack, so good for you. Yeah, I just think that you really know how to have fun, and you know how to make the everyday routines a little bit more interesting, a little different, not mundane at all. So that's really neat. Okay, so here we go. We have the Four of Pentacles. Let me tune into this energy here. What is this card telling me? I think for some of you, I'm hearing that your life has really been turned upside down at times, and you have felt a little lost. You felt a little bit like you're in some sort of labyrinth or maze and uncertain about what direction. And you might be saying, well, what does this have to do with people liking me? But what I am really getting from this is that people admire your tenacity and your ability to make things right. So you being able to find your path and your purpose, so you might have changed careers, I'm hearing, partway through. You might have had a big move or something to that effect, but there was something in your life that really changed the landscape, really changed the look of it, and people really admire the way that you've handled it. I'm hearing the word foreign, so it was probably a situation in which you felt really foreign. You felt maybe you had to move to a different country. Maybe you had to learn a new language or adapt to a new culture. But people really respect you for that, because not everybody can do that. Not everybody can just transplant themselves to a new job, a new situation. Like, people really need that comfort of what they know. And so they look at you and they say, wow, if she can change careers, if she can move, or he, I apologize, it could be a male. If you can move, if you can do this, if you can make sense out of all of the chaos that's gone on in your life. Well, that gives me a little bit of hope that I can also do the same. So I'd be interested to know if that resonated at all. So last card we have here for you is this Queen of Pentacles. So not only you guys are loving, not only are you guys passionate and leaders and adaptable, but I'm really getting that I'm hearing there's still an innocence about you. So you're not jaded, you're not, you don't let the harshness of the world change you into this ugly person who is just full of hate. So you might really like ice cream, so maybe people get a kick out of that, your love of ice cream. But they just look at you with a lot of envy, I'm hearing, for some people. Envy that you are able to maintain this very innocent perspective. I'm hearing you have great skin for some reason that's coming through. So people think, or maybe you have really nice makeup, or if you're feminine, and like your style is really on point. Maybe your hair is a different color. Maybe it's dyed, and when I say unnatural, I don't mean like that it looks bad, but it's like an unnatural color, like purple, pink, green, blue, like something like that. So you might be really outside of the box when it comes to some of your fashion choices, but a lot of people really admire you and that you are able to pull it off, because they feel like if they were to do that, they would look ridiculous. So you might have curly hair. I'm hearing for some, I don't know why, for some of you, you might have some sort of really nice gloves. I don't know why I'm hearing gloves. People like the gloves. So maybe you're one of those people who really likes to wear like lace gloves or fishnet gloves, or you just have really nice leather gloves. But anyways, your style is really on point, and whether you're masculine or feminine, it's the same. People just really admire your adventurous spirit and your courageousness when it comes to trying out new things. So this is just such a beautiful energy. Oh my God, you guys, can you be my friend? I love you. This is just so nice. This is such a beautiful reading, and thank you so much for gracing me with your energy. And I'd really love to hear if this resonated for you. Of course, like, share, subscribe, comment, you know the drill. I do post pick a card readings 2 or 3 times a week. It's what I strive for. And I also do at least twice a month 18 plus sex readings. So if that's something that you think you would enjoy, really encourage you to subscribe to make sure that you stay up to date with my content. So hopefully I'll see you back here soon at Gracie's Tarot Garden. I love ya. Thank you. Bye now. Mwah. Hello, my beautiful and sunny people who picked pile 2 with the Knight of Swords and the yellow, the lemon soda pop candy. So I'm using my Sicoli Tarot today, and I wanted to shuffle on camera because I feel like sometimes there's a little bit more magic that way. I know I can't always pick my cards, or not pick, but have the cards come out when on camera, when I'm on camera, but I just really felt like today would be a good time to do that. So let's see here. Already loving this energy. I really get such an optimistic and sunny disposition for you guys. I think you're generally pretty happy people with that lemon soda, candy, and the Knight of Swords. I think you guys are just a bit of go-getters. That's what I'm getting. I think you have a lot of energy. I'm picking that up. So you guys might be runners. I'm hearing that for some of you. You might like to walk, or you just might really, you're on the go. You guys are on the go. Tell me your secrets. How do you get your energy? Okay, spirits, can we please have some more cards about what people like about pile number 2? Thank you. Can I have some more, please? What do people like? All right, so let's take a look here. Interesting. Yeah, you guys really are. Whoops. Oh my goodness. This is why I don't like shuffling on camera most of the time, because half of them end up on the floor, and then you have to hear me make old lady noises as I try to pick them all up. Okay. Yes, all right. Here we go. Very nice energies for you guys. This is so awesome. This is very, very cool. I'm just going to pause the video for 1 sec. Sorry about that. I can never remember what this card is. Every time it comes out, I draw a blank. So I just had to really quickly look. It's the Justice card. So that's really awesome. Like, just, like, look at all of this go-getter energy here. Like, all of these cards, and even this one too, all of these cards are just like, I'm just hearing you take life by the balls. Like, you just, it's just like conquering energy here. Like, you guys just really are out to make the best of it. It's like, what a beautiful energy I'm getting from you guys. But yeah, I would love to know your secrets on how you are able to keep the momentum going, because I tell ya, my energy levels at times. So like, what a ton of fun you guys are. I'm really getting that here with these cards in particular. I think you guys can take any situation and just make it a gas. Like, you guys, you just, like, I'm just having this vision of, like, somebody throwing gasoline on a fire. So it's like, adding you to any situation just, like, increases the explosion. It just increases the fun. It just increases the intensity of it. So you might be a little intense here. There's a lot of cups here, a lot of cups. So you guys could be a water sign. I am picking that up, but I am also getting a lot of fire energy. Like, not a lot of wands came out, but man, lots and lots and lots of fire energy. So with the Justice card coming out, you guys could be a Libra. I'm getting that. But okay, so yeah, just like, people just want to see what you're doing because you're just having so much fun. So maybe you guys are the kind of people who post a lot to like Instagram or Snapchat or WhatsApp app or whatever it is. I'm like so old, I hardly know what the world's going on. But maybe you're always posting like fun things that you're doing, like rock climbing, camping, hiking. Maybe you like to travel when travel is actually possible. So you just have this adventurous spirit that like draws people to you, and they just want to see what you're doing, where you're going, and what sort of adventures and fun you're going to have next. But you do have a pretty grounded energy here. We have the King of Pentacles. So you guys are smart about your money. I'm really getting that you you have ways to ground yourself, even though you have a lot of energy and you have a lot of zest for life. You're still quite grounded, and you're not, I'm hearing you're not shallow or vain. So, and people really like that about you. Like, you're, even though you're lots of fun, you're still very approachable. I think people find you a little bit unpredictable as well. I'm getting that from this card here. And they kind of like that because it's like, it's an adventure with you, and they're never quite sure exactly how you're going to be or what you're going to want from one day to the next. And as challenging as that can be at times, they find it fascinating and exciting and alluring, very much alluring. With this card, it's funny, this card came out for pile number 1 as well, but I'm really getting a different vibe from this one. This card, I'm really getting that you guys have a lot of projects on the go. I think that you're also ideas people, and so you have so much that you might have I'm getting this idea that you might have an ideas book where you're always jotting down different ideas and different thoughts, because you never know which one's going to be the money one, right? Like, you never know which one's going to be the one to pay off. And you kind of hold them a little close to your chest. You're like, you only bring it out and tell people about it and reveal it to people when it's about to come to fruition, or it's about to pay off, or you're able to show them some sort of tangible results from it. So I think you always have all these thoughts and ideas brewing around inside of you. And I think that people find it fascinating that and they really want to get to know that side of you better. So they like to hear about your ideas. They like to know what's going on. But I do think it's something that you really kind of keep a bit closer to your chest. And even though you have a very outward, forward momentum energy, there are things that you do hold back. And people find that absolutely fascinating. So we have this 5 of Cups here, which is very interesting to me. So I'm getting a lot of flight energy here. So some of you guys might have a career to do with flying, or you might, again, you might just do a lot of traveling. But yeah, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that came out with flying that I'm really highlighting. I'm really noticing that. I think all the cards have, almost every one has something to do with flying in it. So but from this card, I mean, usually the 5 of Cups is a little bit more of I don't want to say negative cards, because I don't think there's any real negative card in the tarot, but it has a different energy. But what I'm really getting from this is that you guys have this ability to, even though somebody might be different from you, you don't judge them and cast them aside for their differences. You embrace their differences, and you see the value in other people's differences. So you don't feel like everybody needs to be the same. You don't feel like everybody needs to do the same thing. So, and people really love that you're really able to appreciate their authentic self, and you feel like you can be your authentic self with them. So there's a very lovely, warm, accepting nature to you. So somebody else could be really different, but for you, that just adds value to your life, because that just means that it's a different experience. It's a different perspective. It's somebody who can give you different ideas. And there's a lot of value in that for you. So that's really beautiful. So you really do hold close that which is different and special and unique. And even if it's not the same as you, perhaps you see the value even more so in somebody who's outside of your box, outside of the things that you hold dear, but you still see the value in that. I'm really getting a strong message here with this Justice card. So I really think that you don't like when, I think you see things and you see injustices in the world, and it really bothers you. I don't think that there's a whole lot in this world that gets you down or stops your flow or really makes you pause, except for when you see something that you feel like is a grave injustice. And I think you are working somehow to restore balance, perhaps. So you might have a job in a field of justice, or you might have done some work pardon me. I'm hearing some of you could have been involved in the army or cadets or something to that effect, but I don't know why I'm picking up on that sort of structure. But yeah, I think the small things that you're able to right the wrongs, you do work to be fair. You do work to make sure that people in your life are being treated fairly, and I think you're very quick to jump on anybody or anything that is not serving you or serving the people around you, or at worst causing harm. So I think you're really quick to snuff out things that are causing discomfort or harm to the people around you. Really getting like social warrior vibes from this card. So you do have that cutting side to you where you are not afraid to speak up when you see something that you feel is wrong, which is a great thing, and people admire you for that, because not everybody is really willing or able to speak up and say, hey, that's wrong, that you shouldn't do that, or hey, we need a different way of doing things, something that's not victimizing people, a way that's not traumatizing people. So I'm really getting that you speak up for people that can't speak up for themselves. So that's awesome. I'm getting this is a Sun card. So I'm really getting like very strong leadership vibes from this card. And I think you lead more by example than by command, if that makes any sense. Like with a commanding energy, it's more the Emperor. But with this card, I'm getting that people follow your lead because you're killing it. You're doing what works. You probably have a decent job, or you're on the right track education-wise. And people are just drawn to you. Like you can see she's got all those little honeybees all over. So maybe bees are important to you. Maybe you're always, I'm hearing maybe you always stick up for the bees. So you just, along with that leadership quality, you just are leading by example. So maybe you plant extra flowers in your garden just for the bees, or maybe you're making sure to buy products that are ethical, and people see this, they see the choices that you're making, and they feel good about it. And maybe you're not afraid to speak up about it and talk about it with people. But it's really encouraging people to do the same. So you're leading by example, which is absolutely the best way to go about it. So we have this Six of Cups here. So for this, you might have a soulmate or a special person in your life who really admires you. And if that is the case, if you're resonating with that, I don't think it's necessarily been the easiest relationship, but it's one where you've put in the work and they've put in the work and you've built a great relationship as a result. And if that doesn't resonate, it's very much the same energy that I was getting with this Five of Cups here, that you love and appreciate unique things, and you're not afraid to embrace that which is different, and which other people might say, oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that person because they're too weird, or I don't want to do it like that because that's not the way it's done. You're just so much more accepting of the diversity that exists in this world, and that's such a characteristic that we need in people. We need people that are willing to embrace all the differences. So we have the Knight of Cups here. Man, oh man, I am getting that you guys are very articulate people. So I think you're also very well balanced. I think you have so much energy. You're such a go-getter. And I think sometimes you surprise people with the things that you say. I don't know why. I'm getting like these are your words. Like this whip is your words, your conversation, and this sword is your conversation. And I think that's your greatest tool that you have about you, that your greatest gift is that you are able to really clearly and accurately speak to people in ways that they understand. You disarm people with your words, you rile people up with your words, you get people passionate with your words, your words are like your weapon in a way, that you use it to your advantage, but I'm not getting that you do so in a bad way. So you communicate very effectively. People really admire the way that you speak, the poise that you have, the energy that you have. Just so great. You guys have such a fantastic energy. So last card here we have is this Four of Cups. Oh, I'm hearing that this pandemic, this COVID situation has been hard on you guys. It's been hard on a lot of people, but I can see why, with your energy, determination, your passion, your drive, how you would feel so very stunted and held back and unable to travel and trapped. So I guess I'm getting a few little messages here, and again, just take it if it resonates, and if it doesn't resonate, you can tell me to F off or just ignore it, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. But don't let yourself get too, how do I say this? I'm hearing don't let your mind become your prison. So like, you may be limited in your physical world with what you can do and where you can go, but your mind is always free, from what I'm hearing. This is the message that Spirit wants to send to you. So you can always learn, you can always grow, and you're only trapped if you let yourself feel like you're trapped. That's not, yeah, just find ways to keep yourself amused, find ways to keep yourself entertained and still going. Don't let this situation, which it's temporary, I know it feels like it's never ever gonna go away, But don't let this hold you back to the point where it's going to stunt you moving forward, where it's going to keep you from growing in the direction that you need to grow. I don't know if that made any sense or not, but I think Spirit just really wanted to say that they understand that you're feeling pain from this lack of movement and this lack of being able to get out. But in the grand scheme of things, it will turn around. You will be able to get out. You will be able to fly and free your wings and move forward and take this time to do what you need to do and work on yourself mentally, physically, every way that you can without necessarily charging out and ahead into the world in the ways that you used to. So I don't know if that made sense, but wow, you guys have such a fantastic energy. I love this so much. Just great to get to know you. So it was such a pleasure. I do pick-a-card readings. I release them 2 or 3 times a week, and I also do at least twice a month 18+ sex readings. So if that's something you're really interested in, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date with my content. Otherwise, I'd really appreciate a like, share, comment. Yeah, so have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me here at Gracie's Tarot Garden. I love you so much. Bye now. Mwah! Welcome, my beautiful sunny people who picked pile 3 with the Empress card and the soda candy, the cola soda candy. So today I'm using my Sicoli deck, and I thought I would pick cards on camera today. Just feeling it. So I beg your pardon while I shuffle and see what pops out. So right away I'm hearing big boss bitch attitude. So not in a bad way, in a great way. I think you guys are regal and you just have, you know what you like, you know what you want, and people really admire you for that because it gives them a sense of security with you. Okay, Spirit, thank you. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Nice. Very nice. I'll get a few more. Yes, I think you're a very balanced person. So the Empress is also an incredibly nurturing energy as well. So I'm getting that strong already from these cards. I think you're a very loving and caring and balanced person. Okay, thank you. Can we have a couple more, please? Yeah, so loving. Wow, what a loving energy. So we've got 3 6s that have come out. So 6 might be an important number to you guys. You might be born on the 6th month or the 6th day, or your life path could be 6. I have 1 or 2 more, or 3 or 4 more. Spirit, please. Some cards. Oh, nice. So let's see here. Very nice energy. Alrighty, so let's get started here. So yeah, just picking up on so much nurturing energy. We've got the Ace of Cups, the 6 of Cups, we've got the Queen of Wands and the Temperance card here, and they all scream to me just loving energy, very, very controlled. I don't think you guys are the kind of people who lose your temper very easily at all. You guys might have a lot of kids for some of you, but just take that as it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, just disregard it. But if you don't have a lot of kids, then you probably have a lot of friends. Because look at this girl with all of her little dollies. I'm sorry if it gives you creepy doll vibes, but I love this deck. So I think you have a lot of friends. I think they all feel very cared for. I think you probably give a lot of time and energy to your friendships. That's what I'm getting from all of these cards here. I think they all feel like you have their back, that you would be right there in the middle of the night if they were to call, text, or whatever and be like, hey, I need you. I don't think you would hesitate for 1 second to be right there doing what you need to do for your friends, or for your family, for the people in your life. So it's such a beautiful energy here for you guys. Such a beautiful energy. And with this Temperance card, I'm getting that people like that you're not judgmental. So this could be somebody in your life who's really different from you. They might have like a different religion or different political views or whatever. And for you, it's not a deal breaker at all. If anything, you just love them even more for it. You might not totally understand why they feel the way they do, but you're like, that's okay. We can still find balance and harmony in this situation. I can still love you even though you might be totally different than me in so many different ways. And people just really love how warm and accepting you are of them. Maybe you've even adopted some different cultural practices. So like, I'm hearing you could be in, you could have friendships or be in a relationship with somebody who's like a different ethnicity than you. So they could have a very different cultural background than you, and you've really accepted their... Maybe you guys celebrate different things together, and they really didn't expect that of you, that you would be willing to like if they're Jewish, like, you know, celebrate Hanukkah, or if they're Muslim, maybe you surprise them by wishing them Happy Diwali, or, you know, it just, I believe Diwali is a Muslim celebration. I apologize if I got that wrong, but so you just see the value, and you know, you might be different from your friends or your partner, but you still respect their cultural differences, and you still find ways to incorporate their culture into your life, and they really appreciate that. And I'm also getting that with this lovely 6 of Cups card as well, that you do see the value in other cultures, you do see the value in other people's differences, and you're not looking to make them the same as you, but you rather just embrace them for the joy and the benefits that it brings into your life. So we have the 6 of Wands here. Honestly, I'm getting a little bit of an interesting energy from this. I think that you have had to, maybe you had to move for a relationship or a situation or work or whatever. And I think it was a difficult transition for you. But I think you owned it. I think you really made it yours. You really... so I guess from this I'm just really getting that you are good with change and people admire your adaptability. So you might feel sad and lonely, or you might be upset about a situation, but you still roll with it. You still try to make the best out of the situation. Ultimately, you don't let it get you down. You don't let it get you to the point where you're not functioning. So you're just very, very adaptable, and people really admire that about you. You just really have this way of rolling with it, and you can adopt lots of roles with a lot of ease and grace and poise. Alrighty, what have we got next? So we'll go with the Knight of Wands. I think you are the person that people want to have at a party because you make it more fun and interesting. That's what I'm getting with this Knight of Wands card here. They really like that you bring something interesting to the table. Maybe, you know, you go to a party and you bring something really scrumptious and yummy. Like, I'm getting a lot of food imagery, and we've got food in these three here. So, and specifically ice cream. So you guys might really like ice cream. Or I'm hearing a lot of people just think you're really sweet. Oh, that's so cute. But, so you might work with food. You could be a chef or a surfer or something. You could work in entertainment or something. But yeah, you could be just a really good cook even. And people like to have you come to their functions and their parties because you always bring something interesting, something creative, something that they wouldn't expect, and they love it. They find it's absolutely delicious. There's just such a different energy between this pile 3 and pile 2. Like, you guys are very, very, very stoic and calm. I'm really getting that strong from this pile. I think that I really don't think you guys are the kind of people to blow up or lash out or say something nasty or mean. I just think you are so calm that people look at you and go, how is he or she so composed all the freaking time? How do they make it look so easy? So you have this inner peace to the point where people are like, oh my gosh, how is that even possible? It's not even possible. Like, she can't, or he can't. Like, I just don't get it. I do think that some people worry about you. I'm getting a message that not a lot, but a few people in your life might worry that you hold in your emotions and hold back your words, and to the point where it's to your detriment, where you need to be more expressive. So, and I can see that very much here. We didn't have any swords cards come out at all, except for the 6 of Swords, which is all about peace and surrender and calm, moving into calmer waters. So perhaps this is a little piece of advice for you from Spirit, that being a part of your Empress energy, whether you're male or female, is being able to speak your truth and being able to articulate your needs. And I do think you are pretty good at articulating your needs, but I am also getting that on occasion you do sacrifice to the point where it takes from you. So you might need to do a little bit more self-care. You might really need to invest in yourself a little bit more, or just speak up when you feel like there's something worth saying. So we'll go on to this. So we have the 5 of Pentacles here. So again, I just think this is a little message that's coming through from Spirit to Make sure that you're taking time to take care of yourself and your needs. Make sure that you're not overextending or overgiving. I know the Empress is generally a very well balanced card, and I do think that you are overall a very well balanced person, but we all have areas in which we need to grow and in which we're tested. And I do think this could be a current energy or in a recent past energy where you were overinvested in someone or something to the point where it was to your detriment and you weren't investing enough back into yourself. So we also have the Hangman here. So this is really interesting energy for me. You could be a dual sign. So a dual sign is Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and I think Sagittarius. So you could resonate with that. So I'm getting a couple messages here. So just take what resonates and leave what doesn't, or tell me to fuck off. I don't care. But from what I'm hearing is that for some of you, you might hold back a part of yourself. So you might not show all of yourself. You might not express all of yourself. There might be a part of you that you kind of keep tucked away. You might not let other people see, which is fine because I totally understand. I'm Capricorn rising and we totally are like that, and I'm also Gemini, which is a dual sign, Gemini sun. So I really understand this nature probably more than anybody. If you're resonating with this, it's not coming from a place of judgment. It's probably something that I need to hear as well. So I think there's layers to you which people do find fascinating. So you have a very calm, very zen external appearance, or way that you project yourself out into the world. But there is another side to you, and so some people who might not like you or know you very well could see it as being two-faced, which is something that Geminis in particular get a lot of flack for. But I just think what people don't realize is that it's layers. It's like, it's not that you're not authentic. It's not that you're not being yourself. It's just there's so much depth. It's like an onion. My friend used to say to me all the time, like, Gracie, you're like an onion. It's just like you peel away one layer and then there's just a whole nother layer underneath you to you. So I'm really getting that with you guys. There's layers. So on the surface, you might really come across as this Zen Empress, very regal and stoic. But people don't realize that there are sides that you don't show. And people find that fascinating. The people that do kind of tune into that, the people that do take the time to get to know those deeper, darker aspects of you, find it really fascinating. And I think that's why a lot of people really like Geminis, is because on the surface we kind of come across as a little bit shallow and flighty, but really the depth is it's definitely there. So you have so much depth to you. I'm also hearing that you're pretty good at embracing your shadow work, so that's awesome. So you're not afraid of the darkness that exists in you. You understand that both light and dark exists in everybody, and I think you embrace that more, to a degree, more so than most people, which is so fantastic. And people like that because, you know, darkness, I always say that a painting without shadows is flat and shallow. So we all have shadows, we all have darkness, and it's what makes us fascinating. It's what makes us interesting. And I think you accept that of yourself. You accept that you have this darkness. And you might not show it to everybody, and you might not be so eager to reveal it to everybody in your life, but you accept you for who you are and what you've got. Oh, and I'm also hearing that you're really good at seeing a lot of different perspectives. But I think we kind of already got into that before when I was talking about accepting other cultures. So I think you're really good. Like, you could be, if you're not a dual sign, then you could be a mutable sign, which again is Sagittarius, Virgo, and Gemini. So pretty much the same thing. So you're very adaptable, but you make it look flawless. So we have this beautiful Queen of Pentacles. So you're very secure in yourself. You're very secure in your style. I think you have a fantastic sense of style. I think you have really good culinary skills. I think I already said that, but yeah, people just think that I'm hearing people think that you're yummy and delicious. So that's just so lovely. This has just been such a lovely reading. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. This has just been delightful. I think you guys are deep and complex people that people find fascinating. I think the people that get to know you better really see your value and your worth. They see how much love you have. You are so incredibly nurturing. So wonderful. I'm so glad that you joined me here today at Gracie's Tarot Garden. I do pick a card readings 2 or 3 times a week. So if you would like to stay up to date with that, make sure you subscribe. Otherwise, share, like, comment, you know the drill. And I really hope that I'll see you back here again soon. So take care of yourself. I love you so much. Bye now. Mwah. Hello, my beautiful and sunny people who picked pile 4 with the cherry soda candy and the 6 of Cups from the Gummy Bear Tarot. So I am pulling cards today from my Sicoli deck, which I absolutely adore. I apologize, it may take a few minutes for some cards to come out here, but I'm really loving the messages that came out for the other piles, so I'm really excited to see what's going to come out for you guys as well. So I do think that with that 6 of Cups, you guys are very generous people, especially when it comes to your time and emotions. I think that you guys are very, very giving. I think it's almost to the point where you feel like you're over-giving sometimes. Especially with that 5 of Pentacles there. But we'll get into that in just a minute. But, oh, you guys are very kind people. I'm seeing that you would probably be... I'm being reminded of the story. I had a brother. He passed away a while ago, but when he was a kid, he actually gave away his winter jacket because he had a friend who didn't have a winter jacket, and so he thought, oh, it's okay, Mom and Dad are both got jobs, they can just get me a new winter jacket. So he actually gave away his winter jacket to somebody. My parents were not very impressed, but they appreciated his kind and caring side. So maybe you guys are like that. Maybe you give to the point that it's to your own detriment. You just give till you have nothing left that you need. All right, Spirit, can we have a few more cards for pile 4? I think you guys are a little tender-hearted. I think that you are I think that you guys see some of the negativity in the world, and you're very... So you could be empaths, I'm getting, for this pile. Oh yeah, definitely getting empathic vibes for you guys. So you could... really be challenged by other people's energies sometimes. And then one more last card. Do you have one more card for me, Spirit, please? Oh. Oh, see, this is why I don't like shuffling on camera. Because then I have to bend over and pick up cards, and then I sound like an old lady. Okay, here we go. Oh. All right. Lovely. Such a beautiful energy for you guys. I am getting that you are quite careful people, which is fine. That's great. I think that people appreciate your prudence. They appreciate the diligence in which you do things. I think you complete tasks very carefully and thoroughly. So I don't know why I'm hearing Virgo. I don't know why I'm getting Virgo energy for you guys. Let's see what others. We have a pretty good balance of all of the signs, actually. So yeah, I just think you might be a little bit on the more cautious side. You might really think before you speak and act, which is fine, and people see that you're careful because you don't want to hurt anybody, because you know and you see how much you were affected by other people's words and actions, and so you really choose your words and actions with care because you know how much that it can sting people and how much it can affect people. So you kind of take that caution with you. And the people that know this and see this and understand this really love you about it. They see how your caring nature is reflected in everything that you do. The way that you act, the way that you talk, the way that you carry yourself. So you're really trying to get out into the world with concern and caution about other people and how you are making your mark on this world, and you want to make sure that you're not doing anything that's going to bring somebody else down or hurt them. So what a beautiful, loving, kind energy. So yeah, so much loving energy with this Ace of Cups here. So it's funny with, I forget what pile it was. I don't know if it was pile 2 or 1, but with this card I got that they had a lot of friends, and I think that you have a couple of really close friends that you really hold tight. I don't think you necessarily have the biggest circle of friends, but I think it's more quality over quantity with you. Like the ones that you decide are worth your time and energy, the ones that you feel are worth your investment, you hold them so tight, and so you find them to be so precious. So like I was saying before, I do think this card did come out for most piles, and I think it is because a lot of you are overextending yourself, or you're letting the world or people take from you more than what they deserve, more than what you should be. So this could be a little message here, especially with the Two of Swords, that maybe you need to firm up some boundaries a little bit. Perhaps you need to give to yourself a little bit more. Maybe you need to be a little bit less concerned about other people and how they're affected, and be more concerned about yourself and what your needs are. So if that doesn't resonate, you know, just disregard it or tell me to F off, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. But, yeah, I think Spirit's really calling for some self-care right now for you, and maybe some firming up of boundaries. So we have this Hangman energy here, this Hangman card, which I'm hearing for you guys that you have a bestie. You might have a bestie who feels like, I'm hearing, they wouldn't know what to do without you. They really feel like you're their other half. So, and I'm hearing that this, if you're resonating with this best friend energy, that it was divinely guided. Like, the angels knew that you guys needed to be together, that you would be quite the pair, and so things really were conspired and transpired so that you two could get to know each other and build a really beautiful friendship. And if you're like, hey, Gracie, I don't have a friend, a best friend, I'm really getting the sense that you soon will have somebody in which you will really feel very connected to, almost to the point where it's like you guys are inseparable, is what I'm hearing. You just will want to spend so much time together. So another little word of encouragement for you if you're feeling lonely, like you don't have many close friends. I am hearing that you might possibly have a bestie on the way. So that's always sweet. Now, in the other piles, pile 3, this did come up, and I did kind of get the energy of a mutable sign, which is, or sorry, a dual sign, and also mutable, which a dual sign is Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So you might resonate with those signs. If not, don't worry about it too much. And I believe mutable signs are just Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just... No, and Pisces. Okay. Yeah, so you may identify as being a pretty adaptable person. I am also seeing this as that empathy coming out, where you are really able to relate to other people and really are able to feel other people's emotions and maybe even illnesses at times. So you just have a very sensitive nature. Not sensitive in a bad way, you're just sensitive to the environment. So we have the Ace of Swords here. I don't know why this came out, I think in the first group as well, but I'm hearing you might be a bit of a spitfire in bed. So I'm getting that with this Knight of Pentacles and this Ace of Swords, that you are a lot of fun in bed. So take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but your oral skills in particular, girl or guy, yeah. So we're not getting into that though, because this is an 18 plus, but okay, so yes, with this I'm hearing that you can really take on other people's problems, and they really appreciate it because it really helps lessen their burden. But again, I think you might have a job where you are in a field where you're helping people, and it might take a lot out of you, I'm seeing. So lots of self-care, please, lots of self-care. Okay, what else am I getting from this here. I think you have a quiet, disarming way about you that people find very attractive and charming. You're not like, you don't forcefully get your point across, but I think you do it in much more subtle ways. I think you use your sweetness and you use your, I do think you're pretty charming, especially if you are a mutable sign. I find you can be a little bit more charming because you're a little bit more adaptable. You kind of are able to roll with other people's emotions and frequencies, and you kind of take it on. And so you have a very disarming way about you. It's a quiet disarming, like you're not forcing your opinions on people. You listen to what people have to say, or you accept what people are doing, and you're like, yeah, okay, I see your point. What about this? Or perhaps we could try this. And you just present it in a very nice way that's not too forceful. And people appreciate that you're not trying to shove your opinions or thoughts or ideas down their throat, if that makes any sense at all. People don't necessarily like somebody that's always trying to get them to accept what you have to say. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords here. I'm hearing you have good insights. When you speak with a lot of truth and clarity. I'm getting you see situations very accurately, and you might not necessarily speak up or speak out or act, but you take that knowledge and you internalize it for yourself and you use it to your own benefit. You store it away until you need it. People find you incredibly intelligent. They enjoy your brain, I'm hearing. They like your head. You've got a good head on your shoulders, which is such a nice thing to say. Oh, I'm just getting so much more of this tender-hearted energy here with this Three of Wands. I think you just have so much beauty. I'm getting you guys could be a bit of a creative type, so you might be artists in some way, shape, or form. And I think that way you express yourself is very lovely, whether it's in words or pictures or music. I think it shows your character, it shows your beauty as a human being, and people love your creative side. I'm hearing that it's not been the easiest journey for you, and I'm kind of picking that up. Like, it's never easy to be an empath in this world. The world can really chew you up and spit you out, use you, abuse you, and I think you're either in the process of learning or you've really had to learn how to separate yourself, because you can see she's up in the tree there. So you could be an introvert. I am getting that for some of you. And you've really learned how to put your bubble in place, or you are learning how to put your bubble in place, where you can shield yourself from feeling all of the terrible things and experiencing all the terrible things that the world brings. And the people that know you best and know that you are an empath are quite proud of you and quite uncertain, maybe, of how you're able to do it, how you're able to separate yourself, it's not easy to go within. It's not easy to put a separation between you and the world. It can be lonely sometimes. Perhaps you identify that with that. But yeah, I am getting for that with this card as well, with the Five of Wands, that you are learning how to put boundaries in place. You are learning how to shield yourself and protect yourself, and how to use your empathy when it's needed, and how to protect yourself from dangers or bad energies, specifically when things are challenging. So I do think that's been really challenging for you. Keep it up. It's always, your energy is your own, and it's one of the most important things that you have, and you have to keep it high vibrational. You have to keep it positive as much as you can. Helps with manifestation. And I think you've really learned how to do that in a really gentle, loving way, that people, maybe you have a really nice way of saying that you need time and space. Maybe you have a little code or catchphrase, or like you need to go into hermit mode, but you never make people feel bad about it. You have such a loving way that you're still able to put up your boundaries, but people don't feel like you're pushing them out of their life, which is something I need to take a page from your book, because when I need space, I'm terrible at asking for it in a nice way and taking it in a way that doesn't hurt people. So I really see that you guys are great that way. So such a lovely grounded energy, the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So you just have a very abundant nature. You might be good at manifesting. I think people who are empathetic are naturally good manifestors personally, because you know how to take on emotions that benefit you. I'm also hearing that you're really kind to animals. That you like animals big and small, and people find that very endearing. So even like little birdies and little bunny rabbits, or maybe even little mice and things like that. Even the kind of animals that people aren't naturally drawn to and find endearing, you see the benefit in all animals. You see the benefit in protecting them and keeping them safe and nurturing them. So that's just so sweet. You love animals, and people love you because you love animals. They can see how your loving nature is really expressed through the way that you love animals, big and small. So that is such a lovely energy. Oh my gosh, you guys, very much intuitive and accepting, and I think charming, and I think you guys just have a really good perspective on life. I think you guys have had some hardships that have really helped you grow into people and grow into a wonderful person, and people really admire you for that. So thank you for gracing me with your energy and your presence. It means the world to me. I do pick a card readings 2 or 3 times a week. I try to post, and so if you want to keep up to date with content, be sure to subscribe. I do also try to do at least twice a month 18 plus sex readings, so if that's something you like, hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, be sure to comment, share, like the post. You know the drill. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here at Gracie's Tarot Garden. Till I see you again. À la prochaine. Mwah. Bye.